Hi, I'm Laura, and we're coming to you from the STEAM Lab at the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History. Today, we're going to show you how to make a butterfly puppet, and we're also going to talk about monarchs and their great migration. Monarch butterflies are one of the more interesting butterflies because they actually undergo a really large and long migration. They migrate from the area in Mexico all the way up to the northern border of the United States and Canada and back every year. This migration is actually completed with 4 separate generations of butterflies. The first 3 generations start in Mexico, and one generation makes its way up partway through the United States, lays its eggs, and then those eggs hatch, complete the second leg of the journey, and then those lay eggs, and those eggs hatch and complete the journey all the way up to the Canadian border. When they reach the Canadian border, that last generation of butterflies lays eggs and creates a super generation of monarchs. Those 3 previous generations of butterflies only lived about 6 to 8 weeks each, but the super generation can live up to 8 months. And that's the generation of butterflies that makes it all the way from that border of the United States and Canada, all the way back down to Mexico, where they roost in forests of fir trees. And it's a really beautiful sight. Their butterflies are actually absolutely completely covered the trees. And they all arrive in Mexico between the middle of October and the beginning of November. And that's also why monarch butterflies are connected with the Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead celebration, because the families in Mexico believe that the butterflies carry the souls of the dead back to visit them during this time. Monarch butterflies are actually not that big, which is another reason it's amazing that they make this journey. Their average wingspan is between 3.7 and 4.1 inches long, which is not very big. They start out as an egg, then they grow into a larva, which is what we know as a caterpillar. Then they turn into a chrysalis, and then in the chrysalis, the caterpillar turns into the butterfly. And then they start their journey. Monarchs favor milkweed and nectar of other flowers. To make your butterfly puppet, you'll need a few things. First of all, you'll need a butterfly. I chose a template off the internet because I am not very crafty. However, if you want to make your own butterfly picture to use as a puppet, you're more than welcome to. Just make sure to keep in mind that you keep it about in proportion with your craft stick so that your puppet will work out right. After you get your butterfly template chosen, you're going to color it in however you want to. I'm going to stick with the traditional orange because that's the color that monarch butterflies are. If you're doing your own special butterfly, you can make it as colorful or whatever design on it that you want to. After you color your butterfly, you're going to cut it out. And once you cut it out, you're going to stick it to your popsicle stick. You can do this in a number of ways. Today we're using glue dots, but you can also use hot glue if you've got more time to do it. And then you can use regular glue as well if you have time to let it dry. So there's a number of ways that you can go about that. Once your puppet is dry, then you can use it to fly around your room.
Thank you for joining us in the STEAM Lab today to learn about monarch butterflies. We hope to see you at the Fort Worth Museum of Science and History soon.